thought I would show you what our Sapporo Airbnb was like. We've been here for about 4 days, I think, and I've absolutely loved this apartment. I thought it was really sweet. It's been so cozy and warm and wonderful in the Sapporo snow. So I thought I'd give it a bit of a review and just share that with you guys. The host of this place was so lovely. So this is like a little sort of set of apartments, but they live just below this particular apartment. So when we got here, she actually came out to greet us. She helped us bring our bags up the stairs up to this apartment, and then she ran us through the whole house, everything. She taught us how to use the stove and the heater and absolutely everything. So yeah, we have absolutely loved being here. It's been the nicest apartment. It's a bit on the older side because we wanted to be in a bit more of an authentic Japanese apartment, because so far staying in Japan all we've stayed in is hotels, and for this trip traveling around Northeast Asia, the other places we stayed in were hotels as well. So we wanted to stay in more of an authentic type apartment. It's at least 20 or 30 years old, so it's pretty old. But yeah, when we came in here it was really warm. Our host had put on the heater for us and gotten everything ready, which was really lovely. It was so clean and everything here is really well looked after. And this place just has the coziest vibes. There's heaps of natural sunlight and it's the perfect size. Outside the window you can just see all of the snow, and I have loved it here. I'm so sad to leave. But in the coming few days we're going to be traveling down to Hakodate and then back down to Tokyo, where we're going to be staying in another Airbnb. The reason why we ended up booking this Airbnb is because we didn't realise, but we had booked Sapporo during the Sapporo Snow Festival, which was really beautiful, and I'm really glad we went to it. But it made the accommodation really expensive, because we were actually going to stay at an Airbnb for just Tokyo and stay in a hotel here, but all of the hotels made their prices go up really high. So we decided that we were just going to stay at an Airbnb because it would be way cheaper. So this is in a quite central part of Sapporo. We're I think 3 stops away from the main Sapporo station. There are kombini and supermarkets really close by. It's just a short walk from everything. It was really convenient to get here. If you want an authentic sort of Japanese apartment, I cannot recommend this place enough. The pricing was really affordable, and it was just really great. I'm going to link the listing in the description down below if any of you guys want to stay in Sapporo and stay in a place like this. But I just really love this apartment. I thought it was really great. So without further ado, we'll jump straight into the apartment tour and I will show you guys around. So this very first part of the house is the entrance, otherwise known as the Genkan. This is just the place where you take off your shoes as you enter. There's just a little step here so you can step up into the house, and so you don't track mud, or in our case snow, onto the nice clean floor. My favourite thing about this space is the little figures that are just here. I have no idea what they symbolise culturally, but I just think they're really beautiful. I know this isn't the case, but they remind me a bit of Children's Day, which I learned about when I was in primary school. I just love stuff like this, and this is so awesome. I have no idea what any of this symbolises, so if anyone knows in the comments, please let me know. And then just next to the Genkan is a little spot where the hosts have put umbrellas that you can take. One of the things I love about this Airbnb is that there's adorable little handwritten notes on everything, as you can see here, and everything is just so nice and polite, and it's written on such cute paper, and it's just, there are so many details here that I love. Okay, so after you take off your shoes, you're inside the house. So just in front here is actually the bathroom, but I'll show you guys that at the end. And then to the right here is the actual house. So just go in. So this is what you see as you first enter the house. There's just a cool little sitting room space and a massive window. Outside of the window you can see the snow all heaped out there and lovely. It's so pretty and magical, and I love snow so much. 2 days ago was the first time I ever saw snow, so this is pretty amazing for me. But I love being able to just sit here and look at the snow, and it's just so pretty. Now, moving back, in here is just the bedroom. I'll show you guys that in a minute. But first we'll just look at this little sitting room space. In here we have a nice roasty toasty heater. Our host was kind enough to heat up the room before we actually got here. By the time we got in after our plane flight, it was 7:30 and it was freezing and there was snow everywhere, so it was really lovely that she heated up everything, and everything was so homely and comforting just to begin with. So that heater, it's tiny but it works amazingly. It's so warm in here. I know you guys can't tell, but it is. And then we have just a little stool, a couch, my stuff, ignore that. A little table and a little chair. So this is where I've been sitting the last few days, just doing work or reading. I really love this teeny tiny chair. I think it's quite adorable. We have a whole heap of magazines and pamphlets on Sapporo. Here on the wall is yet another map. This is just of Hokkaido, and if you guys don't know, that's just the like top island like in Japan, which is separate from Honshu, which is where Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, all those main cities are. So that's where we are at the moment. So over here is just the kitchen. This is quite a reasonable sized kitchen. There's quite a lot of cutting space. There's an enormous sink. So it's quite a reasonable size for Japan. So on the right here we just have a fridge that Tyler and I have not even semi-filled with supplies. Our microwave just here, and then we've got some utensils and that sort of thing over here. So as I said, continuing the cute theme of having details everywhere, there's just these cute little covers covering up the chopsticks. This is a tissue box, and then we've just got some cups. These are some mugs in here, and then just hairdryer, tea towels, and some other amenities like band-aids and that sort of thing. In the corner there are just some cute little slippers, but these are quite adorable. I particularly love the bear ones. And then we just have bins. These two are for burnables and these are for recyclables, or the other way around. I can't remember which one we decided to do for which. And then we just have the sort of cooking area. This is just instant ramen that Tyler and I bought because we're lazy. There's a little like electric stovetop thingy here, which is where we boil the kettle and we cook everything. So then, as I said, there's a massive sink area. There's heaps of like bowls and cooking utensils and stuff like that under here. Hello Kitty tea towel, that one is very important. And yeah, that's basically the kitchen. Over here they actually have a kimono for guests to try on. There's a lot of fun things in this apartment where the hosts have said like feel free to take photos of things. So for example, there's a little fan over here that says please feel free to wear the kimono and take pictures. It's quite a beautiful old green kimono. It's really huge. And then in here we have the bedroom. So as you can see, the floor is made up entirely of tatami mats. This is just a traditional sort of Japanese bedroom. However, it does have a Western style bed. Rooms that are entirely traditional would have a futon instead of a like Western type bed. However, obviously this is a Western bed, not a futon. So traditionally this type of area in a Japanese house will have a tatami, which is like a straw woven floor. I think it's really pretty. It's so slidey though, you don't realize until you've actually stood on it that it's really quite slidey. So yeah, this is just an overview of the room. This is just the bed here. There's a little spot for drying towels and clothes and that sort of thing. And to the left, there is just a space to put your bags. And then in here are a whole heap of cupboards. So basically in these cupboards there are just different bedding and stuff. So this one has pillows, this one has, I think it says mattress, that one's like quilt covers and stuff, and then this one's more blankets and stuff in this one here. And then there is just a mirror, so that is me, hello. And then there's just a huge bright window, and then my favorite part of the room is this little corner here. You guys know that I absolutely love paper cranes. There's heaps of little paper cranes strung up here, and then two little kabuki masks. This one, the fox one, is really similar to one that we bought at Fushimi Inari last time we came to Japan. So that's quite cool to see one so similar. All these little paper cranes are made up of different flags, so this one here is the Australian flag, so that's relevant to us. And as I said, just a spot to dry your clothes and towels. I think this is only in here to make sure it stays away from the heater. And then over the bed is just this cool little tapestry type thing, and then we have the bed itself. It's really nice to have like a warm, comfortable bed after you travel a like decent distance. That was nice. Although the pillows were like thinner than what we're like used to. I don't know if it's a function of us being from a different country, but we both had to sleep with two pillows so that they were like big enough to what we were used to. But they provided heaps of extra pillows, so that was great anyway. And then there were just heaps of comfy blankets. And then on the bed is Piju. You'll remember Piju if you watched our South Korea vlog. We actually won her in like a claw machine. So yeah, she's our little lucky seal. What I particularly love about the room is that it's just so big and bright and open. Everything's so clean and minimal. I just really love it. It's really, I don't know, it's really, really peaceful. And then lastly is this window. And from this window we can see the snow, so I'm just going to open it. It's actually 2 panes of glass here. Oops. Oh my god, it's snowing! Oh, that's so cool! Let's see if you guys can see it. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. And then we just have this view out here of all of the snow, and it's just so pretty. You guys might not be able to see it quite properly, but it is actually snowing. That is so cool. That is so magical. I love snow. I love everything about snow. And look how deep the snow is down there. Like it almost entirely covers that house. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I need to shut this window now before I get too mesmerized by how pretty it is. But yeah, that is basically it for this room, and we will go through to the bathroom now. And then the very last room as we exit is the bathroom. So the bathroom is just through this door. And it's all just the one space. So it's quite a small little bathroom. As you can see, the toilet, bath and sink and shower, I suppose, are all in the same little space. This is pretty standard of Japanese homes, to be honest. Even in hotels, bathrooms are pretty similar to this. There's just a lot of like plastic. It's very, very easy to clean, and I think it's more to be practical. So the water that comes from this tap is the same as the one that goes up to the shower head. You just have to flick it over using this little switch, and the water will come out of one or the other. The water was very, very warm, which is good because we're in the middle of winter at the moment and it is freezing. But yeah, there's not all that much more to say about the bathroom. It's just a pretty standard bathroom. It's a little bit small, but it's not that small. And there's just these little shoes that you can wear so that your feet don't get wet, plus a fluffy sort of bath mat as well, which also help to negate sort of the wetness of the bathroom, because obviously there's not all that much circulation, so when someone has a shower, like everything gets wet. But again, that's pretty standard with Japanese bathrooms. So yeah, there's just a little mirror. They have some body soap and that sort of thing here, and that's basically it. So that is it for the apartment tour. As I said, I'm going to put all of the information and listings in the description down below. Again, as I said, I'm super sad to leave because A, I don't want to leave the snow, and B, I don't really want to leave the apartment because I've grown so attached to it in the last few days. But yeah, that's it. I can't recommend this place enough. I thought it was really, really wonderful. I hope you guys enjoyed the apartment tour and have a lovely day.